Hey guys, I'm going to do a video real quick. This one for the fight night this weekend. We're just going to do the last 3 fights on the card, so let's get right into it. Starting off with Nikita Krylov against Ryan Spann. This one's a very interesting fight. This was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago, I think, and then the main event got canceled. They moved it back a couple of weeks, and now we're getting it here. Both of these guys are really good. They've been on kind of a roll lately. Ryan Spann's last loss was to Anthony Smith, and Krylov's last loss was to Paul Craig. But if you go and you look at the resume, I'd say Nikita Krylov is probably the more impressive fighter. You know, he's been in the UFC for longer, he's got more experience, and all his losses have been to just top of the food chain light heavyweights. Guys like Jan Blachowicz, Glover Teixeira, Magomed Ankalaev, Paul Craig. And overall, I feel like Nikita Krylov is probably the better, well-rounded fighter. And I don't see this one going for very long. I'm going to take Nikita Krylov, though. And now moving on to Alexander Volkov against Alexander Romanov. Now, Volkov has been in the UFC for a little bit. He's put on a few exciting fights so far. And he seems to be one of the top heavyweights, and he's going against Alexander Romanov, who has been undefeated up until his last fight against Marcin Tybura. Volkov is going to be the bigger opponent, but I feel like Romanov is going to be able to get inside, probably go for a takedown and get a submission here. So I'm going to take Alexander Romanov. And now for the main event. Peter Yan against Merab Dvalishvili. This one's kind of a rivalry fight. As we all know, Peter doesn't like Aljo. Well, Merab Dvalishvili is a training partner of Aljo. And Aljo and Merab seem very confident that they can beat Peter Yan, but I feel like it's going to be much harder for Merab to do it than it was for Aljo. I mean, we've seen Merab, he's got the striking, he's got the grappling, but I think his striking isn't as good as Peter Yan. I think that's where Yan's going to outclass him in this fight. The grappling may be the only issue for Yan, especially considering that Yan is closer in size to Merab Dvalishvili. I feel Yan's going to have an easier time with the grappling of Merab than he did with Aljo. And I think he'll be able to handle himself if the fight goes to the ground. So for this fight, I'm going to be taking Peter Yan. I have confidence he's going to win it. And it looks like that's all I got for y'all. So hit like, subscribe, and all that.